older guys that's older than me. Maybe it's younger guys saying it too, but mostly I heard guys that were older than me say this, and I've heard it multiple times. And what these guys say is, or the words that these guys use to justify. I'll say it again. And the words that these guys use to justify their simping. You know how y'all guys use the word simp? These men will justify their simping by saying, I let her think she run things. What? What? Then when I first heard it, I just, swept it under the rug. And I heard it again and kind of scratched my head. But then you hear it again, you go somewhere and you think on it, and you really think on it. Like, then once you think on it, you're like, man, these guys full of shit. Once you kick back and think on what they said, I let her think she run things. You let her think that? Then, so the next time I come across this, and I will ask them, well, if he really run things, then why do he allow her to think that she run things? If he let her think that she's the boss, then she really is the boss. And you just a simp. Oh, I just let her think that. I let her think that she's in control. Come on. So what you telling me is, you letting this woman think that she's in control. You letting this woman think that she's bossing you around. You telling me you let your woman think that she is the head of you. You telling me that you let your woman think that she's the head of the household and that she run you. Well, it seems to me you stroking this woman's ego to believe that she's the head of her household and she will run you as she sees fit, because you are allowing her to have that control so that she can believe that she's the head. And then you are spoiling this woman. You men that think like this is stroking the woman's ego, spoiling her, and ruining her. And if you have any kids or you have any daughters by this woman, then your daughter is seeing this, then your daughter is also being spoiled and being ruined for the next man to deal with this type of behavior. These simps are spoiling the women until they're outrageous and out of control, and these women think they can bully every man that she come in contact with, because in her mind she can have her way regardless of what she do and say. She will have her way, all because the guy that she was with before let her think that she was in control. To me, that's some simping shit. Since I thought about it, since I analyzed it, since I had the time to think about this thing. Because to be truthful, when I first heard it, I was like, man, that don't make sense. Then I really thought about this thing. It really don't make sense, and it makes it harder for the next man. Same with an ugly guy or an ugly simp, a guy that has a low self-esteem about himself. Even when he meet this cute girl, you know what I'm saying? She cute. She might not be a dime piece, but she's cute, pretty face, nice body or whatever. And she get with this unattractive guy for whatever reason it is, and this unattractive guy, he's spoiling this female. He's spoiling her up. He's allowing her to have her way. And then once she broke up with him, the whole time this guy was with this woman, he was stroking her ego. He was feeding her ego to make her more arrogant and more selfish. So when the day comes when she decides to leave him, she's gonna take that ego to the next guy, thinking that she can have her way with him as well. And that's where that conflict comes in at. And once she realized that the next guy is not a simp, and the conflict is there, she began to use this shame tactic. Oh, you're not a real man, and you're not this, or a real man would do this, because she's trying to have her way. I mean, you pretty much can't blame her because she's spoiled now. She had these simps down through the years in her life that was spoiling her up, that was stroking her ego. So now she expects to have her way everywhere she goes. I let her think she run things. No, you ain't letting her think that. She actually run things. You pay all the bills around the house. Uh, the mortgage, light bill, grocery bill, your cell phone bill, her cell phone bill, her car note, your car note. I mean, you taking care of everything. But at the end of the day, she talked to you like you her stepchild, like uh, you her nephew or something. Ain't giving you no respect, but you doing everything in your power to accommodate her needs. But at the end of the day, you get no respect at all. But then you want to come and tell me I let her think? Sound like a henpecked guy to me. That's what that sounds like. This woman got power over you, and you allow her to have power over you. And you want to tell me you let her think? To throw me off from your from your simping, trying to throw me off. You trying to throw me a curveball. and trying to tell me, nah, man, I ain't henpecked. Nah, man, I ain't simping. In other words, you're telling me you're pretending to be a simp. That's what you're telling me. You're pretending. If you're pretending to let her think that she's in control, then you're pretending to be a simp. Either you're a simp or you're pretending to be a simp. Which is it? But if you're pretending to be a simp, you playing a hell of a role and you playing it down to a T. It's just some of these men is spoiling these women to the point they're not going to be any good anywhere else. I can understand these, older folks that's been married 40 and 50 years, say 30 and 40 and 50 years they've been married, they are still together. That's a long time of being married. And they deal with one another. That's a long time. To have a relationship, you argue every day, you fuss every day, things like that. But when somebody on the outside see the real deal and how your wife is running your ass, but you want to come to your boss and say, I let her think that? The woman want to be the head of the house. The woman want to take on a man's role. But like I told someone else, the woman want to step in a man's role, but the day that she was to get a penis and a scrollum and really walk in a man's shoes, she'll be ready to get her vagina back. She'll be ready to step back in her woman's body because she couldn't handle the pressure and the stress of walking in a man's shoes. But they want that man role so bad. And it all starts back, I believe, it all starts back, whether you believe in the story of Adam and Eve or not. But you can use that as a reference. Or you can use that as a parable. Or you can use that as a learning tool. The world was given to Adam. He named everything when he was here. The world was given to him. And God decided to give Adam a wife, which was Eve, and she saw the power that Adam had. And the serpent came to Eve and offered her a proposition, and she took it. She wanted that same power that Adam had. Adam had so much power that he named all the animals. He even named his wife. He named her Eve. And deep down, she probably envied that and wanted to walk in Adam's shoes. And the serpent offered her that, and she took it. And that's how Adam fell. Same with a man, same with us today. That's how Adam fell. That's how Samson, Solomon. I mean, the list can go on and on and on and on. When a man fall and he fall hard, 9 times out of 10, it's behind a woman. all because she envied the power that he had and she wanted it and she took it for herself. But you want to let her think that she runs shit. I don't operate like that. I try not to anyway, you know. I can do bad by my goddamn self. For real. I mean, I can understand the guys that, you know, that they got babies with these women. I'm not saying all women are like that, but if you got a baby by a controlling woman, you fucked. You got some ass kissing to do. If you got kids by a controlling woman, I guess it's best for you to marry that controlling woman to keep your. It's best for you to marry that controlling woman. If you fucked up and got a woman pregnant that you ain't had no business getting pregnant, it's best to marry her so you can be like Bob Arum and have your money in house because it's cheaper to keep her, even though you gotta suffer from your mistake. But it will be cheaper to keep it all in house. Yeah, you gotta kiss her ass. But if you're a man and if you're about your business and you ain't having that shit, then you leave that. That's what real men do. Or that's what strong-minded men will do. They will avoid that shit and suffer the consequences on the outside of that. Because either way, you're going to suffer. You're going to suffer with that woman, and you're going to suffer on the outside of that woman unless you got custody of those kids. I mean, these women got it made today. They can keep the woman's role and also step in the man's role. But when the shit get too hard in the man's role, they want to come on back into a woman's role. Then they want to be woman-like. Oh, that's your job. I needed a man to change my tire when it went flat. Well, I needed a man to change my oil. But you can talk shit to me as you a man. But when shit get too difficult, get too hard, then you're calling for a man to do that job for you. I mean, you got too many of these simps in the world. Too many simps in the world. And the way I see it, if a son grows up without his father figure, without his father around, 9 times out of 10, that son is going to be a simp. He's going to be a weakling. Now, if a woman or a daughter grows up without a father in her life to discipline her, then she's going to grow up to be aggressive and not respect a man. I mean, that's the way life is right now. That is how it is. I mean, wow, you got simps, you got women that think they men, then you got gays, you got homosexual guys that's trying to be women, walking like women, got the mannerism of women. Then you got these studs trying to be men, dress like a man, put a strap on like a man, and then want to talk shit about a man, talking about you making all these babies, but you ain't taking care of them. Bitch, if you had a penis just like a man do, and the way you running behind these women out here, slutting yourself out, if you had a penis, you would have all these fucking kids too. But you're fronting, talking shit about black men so you can lick some pussy. That's what these studs do. I can't stand you men. I can't stand you men. But you'll strap a damn fake ass dick on. I don't know where this coming from. I'm just talking about it, but shit. Come on, simps. Stop trying to justify yourself and just come right out and say it. My woman run me. My woman controls me. Don't sit there and tell me you let her think she is in control. Cause in my eyes, hey, I see that she's in control. So don't even speak that shit to me, cause I'ma laugh the next time. Seriously. How about you two?